When I tell you it's been a week, I'm not exaggerating. It's been a week. I've been gone. I'm sorry. I'm having some throat issues. I apologize. So if I'm talking low, that is why. Hopefully I'm not getting sick. It's just that season. But on the bright side, we got a lot of movie news these last 2 weeks I'm going to tackle in this video. And as you can tell, the Dodgers won Game 1 of the World Series with a walk-off grand slam. And that is a great end to the week. Let's make this weekend great, shall we? Now, some things I have to talk to you guys about today is a lot of announced information on movies coming from 20th Century Studios, which is now under Disney, remembering that they bought Fox, so such movies as Alien and the Predator franchise is getting new news on sequels. A sequel coming out for the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes that just came out this past year. News on Spiderman 4. Some other sequels that I found interesting that came out, news that came out last week. Blade having some more bad news. Our first look at Spider Noir TV show and much more. So let's not let's not waste any time. Let's get into it, shall we? The first film we're going to discuss is Alien Romulus. So, with the success of the first film, we have gotten word that they are starting to look at making a sequel to this film that just came out earlier this year. If you have not yet seen it, I recommend it. It's now on digital and available to rent. It's a really good film. But it was officially announced we are getting a sequel, and this is what Steve Asbell, who's an executive for 20th Studios, had to say. He discussed that they are working on an idea for Alien Romulus 2, which isn't the working title, that they would continue the story from the first movie, and right now they are trying their best to get Fede Alvarez potentially returning to direct. I will automatically say this film is not getting made if he does not sign on to make it. During an interview, he was talking about the success of the first film and what was the next step might be for the sequel. He says in a statement, "We're working on a sequel idea now. We haven't quite closed our deal with Fede Alvarez, but we are going to, and he has an idea of what we're working on," he explains. He goes on to state, "The two survivors, Rain and Andy, played by Kaylee Spaney and David Johnson, are real highlights of the film. So I always think of it like, wow, where do people want to see things go next? We know there's going to be aliens. We know there's going to be great horror set pieces, but I fell in love with both of them, and I want to see where their story continues." And talking about this, film, Alien Romulus managed to bring up the franchise again with its debut past summer, with ranking around 108 million. Global debut at the box office, which I believe it ended around 300 to 400 million. I could be wrong, but it was a success. But at this time, also, we're indeed in the middle of an alien renaissance, if you could say, because we also have Alien Earth, which is in the works from Noah Hawley, that is supposed to be set with at least one alien. It's supposed to come out sometime, I believe, this year or next year. I think next year, on Hulu or Fox, or FX, I can't remember. We have a sequel game to Alien Isolation coming out. And also, I found interesting that they are coming out with a nostalgia with the Alien Romulus, and it's getting a home release set, a VHS tape. That being said, let me know down below, guys, if you are looking forward to seeing Fede Alvarez return to this franchise. Are you excited to see that they are going to continue the story with Kaylee Spaney and David Johnson? Me, personally, I really do hope that this works out, because I do want to see that story continue. I really liked what Fede Alvarez did with this new film. However, I kind of, since, this new film was kind of a mixture of all the Alien films in a sense, I want to see him get more creative and do his own thing. Let's move on to the next topic. Keep on the area of previous success with past franchises, Predator is also now being announced. It is coming out with not one, but two films for 2025. With the live-action film being released on November 7th, 2025, due to some other movie news that we'll get to in a little bit, which allowed this to happen. But it will be a sequel to Prey. However, it is not going to be a straight-up sequel to Prey. This film is going to it's going to jump from a 18th century to a future set with Ellie Fanning starring in it. It is titled Predator Badlands, and like I said, this is set to come out November 7th, 2025. But in this interview, it goes on to say that they are also working on an animated Predator film. Please let me know down below. Are you guys looking forward to these two films, or would you guys watch an animated film? But they don't really go into too much detail in this interview. like I said, they just kind of give us the idea that these two films are coming out next year. They are working on them, and it's something we kind of have to just kind of wait and see where they go from there. And now kind of still sticking with these two franchises. If you guys remember, in the early 2000s, we got a first and second film of Alien vs. Predator and Alien vs. Predator Requiem. We're getting news that they're also making a new crossover with Alien and Predator. Asbel goes on to say he would like to take a fresh take on that franchise. He said it wouldn't be anything like the original movies, and if they did make another AVP movie, it would be organically created out of these two franchises, following the beloved characters that's already been, introduced. One of the biggest problems with the previous Alien and Predator films is that they exist outside their respective franchises' canon, so they were just genetic action hero horror movies, which honestly I enjoyed. But going this route, hopefully you don't have to build it up like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but slowly intertwine these characters and give us like a sequel to a future Alien and Predator film that just links up for whatever story reason. Let me know down below, is this something that you guys are looking forward to and excited for another Alien vs. Predator film? Sticking with sequels, Karate Kid Legends, it got a first poster and description of the teaser shown at New York City Comic Con. During the event, Screener Rant was present as audience were treated to their first glimpses of the 2025 entry in the franchise with an exclusive first teaser trailer. Opening with a new generation of students training in yellow and blue uniforms atop the rooftop of New York City, a memorial dedicated to Mr. Miyagi can be seen before cutting to Mr. Han, introducing himself to Daniel, telling him, "I came looking for you." After giving a glimpse at Lee's life in New York, this is a new character, showing his struggles with bullies. The trailer showcased a selection of fights from both competitions to a showdown in an alleyway. LaRusso then states 2 branches, 1 tree, as Lee trains with both senseis in the martial arts alongside previews of a very familiar headband to close out the preview. I am looking forward to this just because I want to see what they do with it. However, I think we haven't really fully got details. We were told it's not connecting to Cobra Kai, and then we started hearing that it does connect to Cobra Kai, which I'm a couple seasons behind. But to my knowledge, I would say it's going to somewhat connect to the end of the new season coming out. And with that being said, is this something you guys are looking forward to? Are you guys looking forward to LaRusso and Jackie Chan's character officially meeting? Is this a film that gets you guys excited for the new the way the Karate Kid franchise is heading? And with sequels, and since I didn't get to make a video last week, some news possibly missed that you guys didn't see that I wanted to just touch on. The Wild Robot is confirmed to be officially getting a sequel. When asked whether there would be any further Wild Robot movies at the Contenders event, Sanders was quick to confirm plans for the following up, saying, 100% yes, there are absolutely plans for a second one. And whilst we may still be waiting to see the actors to see if their voice friends are going to come back, a sequel already makes a lot of sense just because of how much that film's got made and also the praise it's gotten. And also, if we're aware, this first film is based off a book series that actually has 2 other books to it: The Wild Robot Escapes and The Wild Robot Protects, all of which explore the intersection of technology and nature and our duty to the world around us. So, kind of like How to Train Your Dragon, this series seems like it's going to get a trilogy. And then the other film I thought was interesting that got announced for a sequel was Ready or Not 2. This was a film that came out 3 to 5 years ago, starring Samara Weaving, or Samara, I'm terrible, and with Radio Silence. I love Radio Silence. I love Weaving. Not a lot's been talked about where this second film is going to, but Ready or Not was only made for $6 million. It grossed $28 million overall. Got really good reviews, and honestly, it's not really shocking that it's officially getting a sequel. But let me know if these 2 films, if you guys seen them, are you guys excited that we're getting sequels to them? And let me know down below what you think. Just a quick rundown of some interesting sequels that were announced, but not a lot of news on. First being a sequel to The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It's set to come out in 2027, which honestly we knew would be coming. The recent film was a success. We heard that it was going to start a new trilogy. But with this update, the only thing, like I said, we were given was that the next film won't be coming out until 2027. And also, Asbel goes on to talk about another film that's possibly in the works, but hasn't officially stated it was being made and it's not official yet, is that they are looking at the possibility of doing Speed 3 with the possibility of Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock coming back. The following was stated about it, and it is one of those last movies that we haven't really remade yet. And then to really be a reason to come back, it's got to be a great idea, and it has to an idea that excites both Bullock and Keanu Reeves. Because that'd be the reason to see it, as Bill explained. It's obviously a really important title to us, but it's not something we want to handle lightly or just try to press them into service. It'd have to be a part of the development of that idea, which, is good news because at least they're not trying to make a movie just to make money. It's an important property to them. They're looking at bringing Keanu back, which is, smart because he's a really talented actor that's been making a bigger name of himself over the last 10 years with John Wick and The Matrix and all that stuff coming back. But let me know now down below if you guys would want to see a new Speed movie with Keanu Reeves in it. Sticking with some Spider-Man news, it really never gets old finding out what is going on with Spider-Man 4, but we finally got officially confirmed from Tom Holland himself on a late night talk show that July 24th of 2026 is the date we're getting Spider-Man 4. And if you guys know, this is a few months after the next Avengers film. Now, other reports that make this interesting, because like I said, we've heard it's going to be a street level. We've heard it's going to involve Null. We've heard it's going to be another multiverse story. Like, we officially don't know what the hell the story is. There's been reports that Null might be possibly getting his own films for his own story. So we're just going to have to wait till next year to officially see where this movie is actually heading to, and if it's going to involve Null or it's going to involve something else. I don't know how you involve Null between Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. But continuing staying on the Spider-Man topic, another Spider-Man project coming out, Spider-Man Noir, starring Nicolas Cage. If you remember, is being made by Amazon, and it's looking at the synopsis going as an aging down. On his luck, private investigator in the 1930s New York is forced to grapple with his past life as the city's one and only superhero. We officially got a look at Nicolas Cage a few months back, what he was going to look like. We now officially got our first look at the actual costume he's going to be donning in the show. We don't officially know if this is going to be shown a lot in the show or if this is going to be flashbacks or, hell, if he's only going to wear this in the finale. However, looking at this costume from the set photo leaks, I think they did good. It looks really comic accurate. It looks very well. And like I said, this is without the CGI or anything else. I'm looking forward to see what this show turns out to be. And lastly, I'm going to leave with some bad news, and it's sad just because I was looking forward to this, is Marvel's Blade is now officially off the release schedule. And this is, like I said, where the new Predator movie officially took its release date. Honestly, this really isn't much of a surprise, as we've been waiting for this film for over 4 or 5 years. And it's been announced. It's gone through multiple writers, multiple directors, and a frustrated Mahershala Ali, which I do not know if he's still honestly going to be wanting to do this film. Two things I see happening with this news. There is a news that they are fast-tracking Midnight Suns, so they're trying to get that made before now. I don't see that coming out till at the earliest 2028. Which honestly, the plan would be to keep Mahershala Ali on board. If he decides to leave, I could see them trying to do another film with Wesley Snipes just because of his success and the talk of people wanting him to come back after seeing him in Deadpool and Wolverine. It just sucks because I honestly think Mahershala Ali, if I could say his name, would have done a good job. He seems really dedicated and prideful of the character. It seems like something he's truly wanting to do. I'm truly hoping they're just fast-tracking Midnight Suns because I want them to keep him. I want to see what he does with the character. But that's all I got for movie news, guys. I know it's been a couple weeks. I will definitely have a few more videos out today. I'll have all 3 Venom reviews out before the end of the night. I'll probably have a review for Caddo Lake that's well overdue, as well as if there's anything else I missed. I've been, like I said, dealing with a little bit and getting too busy with work and a lot of life. But I appreciate you guys checking out this channel. Please leave a comment down below if there's any new movie news that you guys want me to check out and put into the next video. If there's any special requests, send me a message and let me know if there's any movies that you guys would like to give my opinions on and officially review for the month of October, as it's almost over. I do have a few more movies planned out for the Halloween month of October just to review. Besides that, I hope you guys had a great time. Have a great day. Thank you for your support. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like this video if you have not done that yet. And I will see you guys.